Welcome back to the Nerdrotic channel. My name is Gary Beekler. I am live in San Francisco, California, and this is the Nerdrotic Nooner live stream. I started these, I think 2 months ago now, just as a practice to do this stuff alone. Did not intend on making this a weekly thing, and it's turned into kind of a fun weekly thing where instead of mostly talking at you, we talk with you. So we mostly, if you're new to this channel, we do have a lot of new subscribers. Welcome. It's been pretty amazing. We cover TV shows most of the time. We do two separate shows on the outside that are not specific to a TV show. We do a Friday Night Live podcast that is with Dennis Bethaukus, my co-host, and Susan Layton from 1428elm.com, where we just talk about the news of the week and talk with you. And then I also do the Monday morning live stream where I chat with you guys and, talk about shows we cover or talk about any news. Not a ton of news today. Okay, so I'm gonna hi Feisty, hi Grady, hi Battle Marcus, hi Silver Spike, hi Belinda, how are you doing? Hi Mark, Penn Farm Girl, Mako, and I'm going up here, and Jan. Hi Jan. So I'm gonna recap the Save the Expanse movement again. I pretty much went over everything in the video I did yesterday, and I'll refer to that, and I'll even link it when this turns into a video with some the new hashtag of Binge the Expanse, and we'll recap that a little bit. But there is no news, and I'm starting to believe, just with the Expanse thing at this point, that we might not hear anything till the end of the season, maybe, and that might be good. I mean, I have no idea. I don't know if I heard there were some meetings at Amazon. We haven't, gotten 100% confirmation. It just really looks like it. There has been some stuff behind the scenes that that hints that there is some action going on. They did a podcast on AfterBuzz TV, and Cass Anvar read a statement from Alcon, and I'm paraphrasing very loosely here from what I can remember. And they basically said, hey, thanks for all the support, and we are doing everything we can, and to remain hopeful, but nothing is set in stone. So, and at least they're communicating with us. I mean, they can't say everything, and we totally understand that. And as it stands right now, no news is good news, I think. So we did get, I want to repeat this. This was from the Friday podcast. We got this from John Hampshire, and it was a comment on one of our videos, and it just said 20 hours ago. It was 20 hours ago Friday, so it's been like 3 days. So hi, just update on the Expanse. Like I said, I remember I'm a member of the production team, and I was called in to strike the set on Wednesday. Well, today, and that was last Wednesday. Well, today they canceled that strike. Good news, maybe. I don't know. I have never been a member of a production and had a strike canceled. Once the show is canceled, that is it. Sets come down. They're tossed in the garbage. Oh, that's or they're sold off. Stay tuned. Haven't heard anything new beyond that, but that is the best news we could possibly hear at this point. So, and if you guys have heard anything new, I haven't been able to go over to Reddit. I don't have tons of time. I did go over Twitter. I went to the Everything Expanse Facebook group, which I've been hitting. Oh my God, they're getting a lot of hits from me. It's like 20 a day. It's a little obsessive, but that's okay. I'm a little bit of an obsessive person. I know how to like aim my OCD a little bit to comic collecting and watching shows and stuff. Excuse me. So that's where it stands. And if you guys, like I said, just want to talk about it, have anything new, please feel free to leave a comment or go in the chat or anything. I did see something on the admin for Everything Expanse Facebook group, which I did talk about in my last video, is we want to avoid infighting. Okay, so when you get a lot of people communicating online, obsess away, says Belinda. I will. When you have a lot of people communicating online, and I'm going to refer back to the great marriage counseling I had a decade ago, which was awesome. And I'm a very happily married man, by the way. and we were talking about communication between my wife and I, and especially when we would get into like little text arguments and stuff. What happens is when my wife texts something to me, I hear her, especially when I'm mad, I hear her in like my negative Melissa voice. And I think a lot of that, I know a lot of that happens on Twitter and on social media. When you're typing stuff out, you can't hear inflection, sarcasm, any of that. So everything is taken pretty literal, and it leads to fights that really are unnecessary. So I saw the admin say, and he was right to say this, by the way, that like, hey, there's no personal attacks here. Let's not be stupid. I haven't seen any, but if the man says there was, he's the admin. I believe him. And I know this happened with the Ash versus Evil Dead movement, which kind of crushed it a little bit. They started attacking Bruce Campbell, and and maybe not totally understanding Bruce's humor. And he's a bye feisty, have a good massage. He's a gruff guy. He's got a gruff sense of humor, and that's why we love him. So I think some people started attacking him for just being blunt and honest, which is something I really appreciate in a person. I never get mad at somebody for being blunt and honest. I know there's the saying out there. I always forget which way it goes. Without honesty without love is cruelty, or maybe it's the other way around. But I love Bruce for his direct approach. So let's try to avoid that. But mostly, I have seen nothing but love and people getting along, and it's been cool meeting new people on this. And come what may, it gives you hope in the world that there's some like really nice and cool people who just love the same things you do. So you're addressed that this morning pinned post, watch you're to not fighting, disrespecting, tone is important. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his pinned post was basically don't be disrespectful. And yeah, it's not really an infighting. It's just like, hey, everybody has a say. And again, some people, you can't hear inflection and humor in that. So some people might take it wrong, and yeah, just don't be disrespectful. That's it. And you're right. And I haven't seen it yet, but let's not make it a thing. That's all. At least you listen, there's plenty of time to crap on sci-fi and Alcon later. I said that in the last video. We have plenty of time to dissect this once we know if it's been, as it stands, it's been canceled. Once we know for sure if Amazon's going to pick it up or not, or nobody is, we have plenty of time to do that crap. And I might jump in too. You never know. We will be talking a little bit about TV ratings. I think that's the one that really needs to be blasted. Is just how Hollywood. It's not that they can't figure out a new system. It's the way it looks like to me, just as a casual viewer, is they won't. And they're trying to resist the inevitable. All right, and the inevitable is that ratings are it's people. I'll just sample the people I know. Most people I know do not watch stuff live. They just don't. It's such a thing of the past. Now I know we have to watch The Expanse live, and we have made an effort and made a difference, and I'm going to continue doing that. Crap, as long as it counts, I'm going to continue doing it, even if it goes into the fourth season and they need me to do that. I'll do it, no problem. But not everybody can do that. Everybody's got weird work schedules, and it's like a lot of people don't work just 9 to 5 anymore. Christ, where I work, there's all kinds of shifts, and you get called in all the time, and you get called in for a 12-hour shift, and then they call it off last minute, stuff like that. Sorry. But yeah, so we all have lives, and we're all doing our very best to save the show. It is on Alcon to do their very best to save their show. This is their IP. And Belinda, I agree with you. The fans have been amazing. We are amazing. Yeah, for this, yes. I've seen nothing but positive. And even Susan, who just went through, and she was pretty heartbroken. I mean, I'm sorry to share that, Susan, but she was heartbroken what happened to Ash. She put her heart and soul into that. And she got the attention of stars. and that's, like I said, that's really impressive. Susan's amazing. So it sucked to see her put in so much hard work, and then the acts of a few at another website and stuff kind of crap on it. That was not cool. So it's really great to see everybody come together and do such a good job, and it's working. I think it's working. I don't know. What do you guys think? I caught a bit of the AfterBuzz TV show. I kind of saw it in bits, Mako. I think things do look very good. Actually, I was super hopeful after, when Cass Anvar came out with his initial video, I started to get a little more hopeful. And seeing that the actors, who by all means, after their show got canceled, should be looking for other work, are hanging in there and fighting, which is great. It was cool. It's been very cool. And I usually don't follow celebrities on Twitter, but I follow all the cast members now and everybody involved in the Expanse, and everybody involved in Save the Expanse. Susan is the best Penn Farm girl. She really is. She's been an amazing addition here. Wow, that was a good move, if I do say so myself. No, that was Dennis and I were very happy to have her on Friday. She's really added to something. I felt like the Friday podcast was getting kind of meh, and we needed a little energy. And I think part of that is that you guys haven't seen it for that long, but Dennis and I have been doing this thing together for almost 5 years. And even before that, we did a podcast that very few people listen to, called We Have Issues, which was for my comic. That's my old comic shop tagline, the Comic Outpost, We Have Issues. And it used to be kind of a crap show because there was 9 people talking over each other. I do keep promising to find those old ones and post them, but maybe it's secretly, I really don't want to. And let's get to the chat here. Make sure you email or tweet Amazon Studios, Netflix, Amazon, and sign the petition. Swiss Army 1984. Agreed. I do have an image here that I found on Twitter that I want to share out, and this will probably be the thumbnail for the video. And whoever made it, sorry, I'm totally stealing from you. I got to find it first, though. Here, live on the air, producing. This is maybe I should get, my son's not doing anything this summer. Maybe he can produce for me. Okay, so yeah, and yes, it's pretty much Save the Expanse, Binge the Expanse is the new hashtag. Join us on a journey through 2 fantastic seasons of the Expanse and follow us live into season 3. There's Save the Expanse on the bottom right, and there's our old buddy Miller, who my son Logan is obsessed with. He draws pictures of him. He's like copying his mannerisms, and it kind of reminds me after I saw Raiders of the Lost Ark for the first time, and I wanted to be an archaeologist and Harrison Ford. And I would always like copy his mannerisms, like when Indy always did this with his whiskers, and I would always do this. Yeah, I know, I was a dorky kid. Okay. If Doug pops in here, my old friend Doug, if you see the official Dougie J in the chat, that is my oldest friend. We've known each other since we were 9. And yeah, we saw all those movies together. So he knows all the dirt on me. And we'll get to the chat here a little bit. Man, it's going off. That's good. Okay. Susan was pretty open about her heartbreak. It's so nice for her to still help us out for the show. Yeah, she's been helpful with this show. And this is a show she hasn't really watched. I'm sure she's going to start now, but she's been supportive. And how great is that for somebody who's like not even watching the show is helping? That's what a good person she is. Okay. The Cass Anvar comment about it has a pulse. Yes. I think we're going well. I think this is going as well as it could so far, says Caravaggio 2012. Yes, I agree. Wes Chathman almost slipped that it's a done deal. Whoa. Then Shankar looked at him and he said, it's almost a deal. So that has been the scuttlebutt I have heard from behind the scenes from more than one person, that this kind of might be a done deal, but again, I can't corroborate any of that. That is a wild speculation and rumor and a lot of fanboy hope. But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I don't want to be misleading. There's no official anything. And definitely go check out the AfterBuzz video. I wish I could share it in here, but I don't want to, it's their video and I don't want to mess with it. Just go ahead and go watch it. Those wonderful people at AfterBuzz TV. Okay. And the show should be saved. It is way too awesome to cancel. Ass right. God damn. I can't fucking read. Oh, ass right, buddy. Says Jim the Reaper. And that's a trademark. Right on. Dina McCombs, what's happening? Just got on and didn't see anything in the chat that helps. Nothing's happening really, Dina. Just talking about the movement. The Save the Expanse movement, not any other movements. And we haven't heard anything official yet. I was hoping we would. Dennis made a good point after we did our podcast last night. He's like, listen, with the royal wedding, which I was not aware was even happening until last night. That tells you how much I pay attention to anything news wise, other than for the show. Mentioned that they were really going to hold back any kind of entertainment news announcements till today, which I agreed with them. And then kind of nothing happened. We had some big casting news for Spider-Man, which we'll get to later, which kind of kills any Batman casting rumors. But I didn't know Anna Hopkins was on The Expanse. We haven't seen her. Who is Anna Hopkins? Let me see. Anna Hopkins. Let me check. Hopkins. Maybe we haven't seen her yet. And she's playing she's playing Monica Stewart. So she hasn't come on yet. I promise no book spoilers here. So she plays Monica Stewart, who is a character who does things and says words. But that's good casting. She definitely looks like she could pass for a Monica Stewart. I always thought Monica Stewart was blonde, but that doesn't really matter. Here, I'll show you a picture of her. There we go. Yeah, that's Monica Stewart, or not Monica Stewart. That's Anna Hopkins playing Monica Stewart. So, and I see that oh gosh, who posted it on our group? I'll look. Somebody posted in our group that they're going to be doing some live tweeting from the Rosie or something like that. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. Oh, there it is. Anna Hopkins announcement. Head over to my Instagram Wednesday for a live vid from a very special place around 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. Then a live tweet at 9 for the next episode of The Expanse. I apologize for the thumbnail of this vid. See ya. And here, I'll show you all that. Got to hide a personal message there. Whoops. I think I showed a couple last video. I'm sure there wasn't anything confidential in that. Yeah, so there it is right there. And yeah, live tweeting from the Rosie. So we're going to do more of that next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, we're going to try to get that trending again. Save the Expanse. You might as well throw Binge the Expanse in there as well. Yeah, let's keep the ratings. I would like to see the ratings go up from last week. I have a feeling they might, at least with the maybe not the initial overnight ratings, but with what goes down in that show might help with the 3-day DVRs. I'll just say that. Agreed. It's okay. So Grady says, agreed. It's as good as it can be. If we keep live numbers up this week and going forward, it's up to the gods of Kobol. Oh wait, wrong show. No, we can pray to the gods of Kobol. I think the gods of Kobol actually back this show. They are probably obligated to do some work like this, but the actors and writers are are the churn a lot to do with much communication work with fun. I read that horribly. Sorry, Mark. Basically, with some contracts with Ash vs. Evil Dead, it was part of their contract, I believe. And thank you, Viking Bitch. Yes, it was a good job recruiting Susan. Yeah, and there's no news, good or bad, which is good. If Amazon buys the rights outright, maybe buy the Blade Runner rights outright too. Says Caravaggio 2012. Hell yeah. Listen, Blade Runner has a great world that I would love to see more of, and I didn't feel like I saw enough of in 2049, to be honest with you. They love the show and working there. It's not the usual professionalism you see in other shows. STD in parentheses, right? Eagle Moss needs to build some Expanse models. Hell yeah. Michael Dignam. Yes, I love Eagle Moss. I sold some of their stuff at my comic store. Big fan. I have oh my god, I have all their lead superhero figures, and I have some Buffy ones too. I called them lead popsicles at the store. The kind of stuff like we're not really supposed to sell in America, but there's some loophole that we're allowed to do it through Diamond. DJ Bowman, what is up? Grady says, I have a huge gay crush on every guy in the show. Everyone is so pretty. There's some pretty men. My wife would leave me in a hot second for Wes Chatham. And the actor who plays Kotiar. I'll always put the Expanse along with whatever hashtag you use. Hashtag the Expanse. Mako, thank you. You're right. What is this? Bleus, I can't pronounce that last time, is infamous for blurting spoilers, notoriously so. Notice Naren sat next to him at the end, and when Wes was thanking fans, he's like a little kid with a huge secret. I'm positive Naren kicked him. They have to do that with Mark Ruffalo and Tom Holland. They wouldn't give them entire scripts of the Infinity War. They just gave them their bits of the script. And I'm sure they've been fined. I know you can fine people for it because like Ruffalo and Holland were terrible with spoilers. So let's be honest. The sexiest guy on the show is Amos. Such a bear. Not to be gay or something, says Mako. Yeah, it's not gay. It's not gay. And if it is, who cares? All space shows should join together and make a huge crossover movie. That'd be, tell you what, The Expanse could definitely tie into in a very weird way to the BSG universe and a lot of others. Like Marvel movies, yes. Yeah, and Viking bitches. We don't care what you gay. A pretty man is a pretty man. Absolutely car. Yeah. Amos Psy. They're all Cylons, says Caravaggio. That's right. Marks, I can't say that, but that's funny. Expanse meets Westworld equals BSG. Yes. I heard last night that I got to find, you know what? I meant to find this website. I'm going to be doing it live. Sorry. Do it live. Susan gave me the website that I need to go to for the good TV ratings that we looked at last Friday. And now I can't find it. Now I can't find it. There. Here, we'll find it in a second. Oh, yeah, there it is. Sorry for the silence there. Audio verse. TV series finale. then we can search the okay, so I want to look at Westworld real quick because somebody said the Westworld ratings were down and that some people were not liking the show, and I'm like, what? I haven't heard any of that. Then I kind of went over to Rotten Tomatoes and I saw that the audience score is down by 10 points from last year, but you know, it's the show is really different this year. I think it's kind of better. I think the season 2 is I think it's been amazing. Westworld season 2 ratings. Yes, it is a different show, and what's happened to Dolores might be a bit of a shock to some people, but yeah, it's definitely gone down. It's definitely gone down. So here, I'm going to share it to you. But I mean, that's kind of normal for mid-season. But again, I believe this is just overnight ratings, which is, I'm going to get into like how stupid that is. All right, so it had on Sunday a 0.89. It had 2 million viewers, and that is up 5.6%. Then it has I don't know if can you guys see this? It's kind of small. It had 1.85 million viewers on the second episode, 1.63 Sunday before last, which was a great episode, which was the best episode of this season so far. And then it did 1.5. So it's steadily going down. I think that's going to shoot back up again. And I wouldn't worry. It's it's already picked up for season 3, and they have a planned 5 seasons. So yeah, I'm really not too worried about that, because I think that is right in line with the amount of people who have cut the cord since the show actually took almost a year and a half to come out with season 2. And I think in that year and a half time, that many people have cut the cord, if not more. So this model doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore because, like I said, more than half the people I know DVR, stream, binge, and HBO doesn't have to worry about overnights. You know, they have their data right there. They are the streaming service. They have HBO Go, HBO Now. Those are 2 vastly improved sites. Okay, when Westworld was originally running, HBO Now was terrible. It fritzed out all the time. If you tried to fast forward anything or go back, it would freeze up and you'd have to restart on your phone, and it was totally frustrating. It's a much better experience now. It's coming through it looks amazing on my 4K monitor. So I am very happy with it. And I think these numbers, again, we can even read here, like most series, not named Game of Thrones, the first installment of Westworld TV show of HBO's, didn't earn huge linear ratings in its initial airing, but it's still ranked in the top 5 of pay cable networks scripted programming. How it will fare this time out? Could it build an audience in the second season, or will it drift away? Will Westworld be canceled or renewed for season 3? Stay tuned. Well, they've already announced it's getting season 3. I don't know if they missed that. I heard that anyway. HBO science fiction features returning stars Evan Rachel Wood, blah, blah, blah. The Western thriller unfolds in a pricey futuristic theme park. I'm pretty sure, I could have sworn I heard Westworld was renewed season 3. Maybe I just thought I heard. Yeah, there it is right there. Variety. May 1st. Westworld renewed for season 3. So there you go. There you go. I'm not worried about Westworld at all. And I think it's fantastic. And if our limited reach is any kind of indicator, the interest in that show for us is amazing. I mean, it's second only to The Expanse. So, which is been really amazing. But yeah, we're getting we've already gotten a couple thousand views on our very long recap. And again, if you're new to our channel, and forgive me, people who've heard this a million times before, but the way we do things is purely out of convenience. I don't have a ton of time to edit, although I know how to. I have actually professionally edited down in Hollywood, and I know how to do it. And I'm pretty decent on the Final Cut Pro and After Effects and stuff, but I just don't have time. I just don't have time. So thankfully, YouTube does this live streaming thing, and we lucked into it. Did it accidentally, had no idea people were watching, had no idea there was a live chat. Thanks to Brian Smart, our longtime listener, to remind us one day that, hey, I've been talking to you for like 3 recaps and you guys aren't answering. It's like, oh, there's a chat. Whoops. And that was like, well over a year ago. So yeah, we do everything live. We do everything long. We show our faces. And yes, I hear 10 times a day that, and they're 10 out of 10 times the people are nice about it. They're like, hey, if you shortened up your reviews, I think you would get more views. And other channels have chimed in and told us that too. And I just like, I like to interact with you guys. I think that's part of it. And if we leave 1,000 or 2 views at the door in exchange for talking to you guys, I'd rather do that. I got to say that our engagement though is amazing. So if you go ahead and search The Expanse right now or Westworld on YouTube, a lot of times our stuff will come up above people who've got thousands of views more than us. Reason is engagement and minutes watched, and people compared to views. So the percentage of what people watch and the views we're getting is actually pretty good. It makes YouTube happy. So yeah, it's fun, and that's what we're gonna do. And if it's slow growth, but it's growth. Like, share, and subscribe, says Pen Farm Girl. Yeah. So if you like what we do, subscribe. If you don't, that's cool. I understand. Not everybody's got time. We're good background noise. That's what I think, anyway. We're okay. Greg Broyle says beer. I have no beer to give you, but I'm giving you a mental beer. There you go. SF, not SFF. Save the Expanse. I will buy you a beer, Grady. I do not drink myself, but I don't mind if we want to do a meetup here in San Francisco. Next weekend would be a great weekend to do it. Because we may or may not, Dennis and I might be in the same city next week. Yeah. There's a surprise for you. It's been a long time. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen him in person since con last year. Let's get up to the chat. Yes, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been renewed forcibly by Marvel. I didn't see the season finale. I'm going to get caught up on it. I think my feelings are known about that show. I really did like season 2 quite a bit. Cutting the cord gets more expensive. Now I need to buy YouTube Red for Cobra Kai. Yeah. What really needs to happen is a la carte. And again, they're just avoiding the inevitable. And that's what we need to do. They just, and which you can do right now, but you just can't catch the show on the night it comes out. For the vast majority of shows, you can just buy a show. But they need to buy a pass for a show. Instead of buying all of HBO Now, charge me $2.99 for Westworld, just for Westworld, and I'll pay that. I'd pay $3.99, which is a large percentage of the $14 you pay for HBO Extra or HBO Now is that we pay a month. Because it is pretty much, I'm at a cable bill right now with all the separate streaming services I get, but that's for the show. If it was just me not doing recaps, I wouldn't spend that much. I just got tired of, I don't mind spending that much money. I just got tired of giving it to companies that would raise fees on me arbitrarily for no freaking reason and treat me like crap and make me wait 2 hours for an appointment. And yeah, you reap what you sow. 10 million this year will cut the cord alone. That's a big number, man. Not surprised. The Sailing Coconut is an Alex fan. I am an Alex fan too. Big time Alex fan. John and I did, before they picked the female doctor, we did our top 10 doctors we would pick. And Cass Anvar was in my top 5 to play Doctor Who. Yes. I wanted him to, I think for one, what made me think of it is the first thing I went to was his head of hair. He's just got a Doctor Who head of hair. and I think he would really look. He would be great as a doctor. Yeah, and screw it, even with a Texas accent, I think that would be interesting. Uh, send the roasty to space. Yes, send the roasty to space. What is that? Sailing coconut. I saw that, and I didn't get to read all of that. Uh, the model is broken, Grady. Yeah, it's broken and old and tired, and it's just the old guard not giving it because there's gonna be a lot of people out of jobs. Um, and at this rate, Hollywood is trying to maintain power so it doesn't become Silicon Valley wood. Ron Perlman for Westworld, vote now. Is he going to play? Oh my God, why am I forgetting his name from the third book? The guy who hurts his leg. He's Fred Johnson's friend. Why am I blanking on his name? That sucks. Uh, oh my God. Hey, somebody help me in the chat. I could look it up, but I don't want to do it live. Those of you who've read the book know who I'm talking about. The guy who hurts his leg. Bull, right? It's Bull. Yes, I would. Ron Perlman for Bull would be awesome. There's a campaign to get the Honest Trailer guys to make an honest trailer for The Expanse that could get the show a lot of exposure. Chad Welsh, let's do it. That would be great. I have been asking to the wind that nobody's listening to for other YouTubers to start talking it up. Bigger ones like the Nerdist and Collider and even Charlie at Emergency Awesome. Just give it a shout out. These guys, Charlie has 2 million subscribers. I think that would be helpful. What's up, Comics Division? Aaron Wright as Doctor Who, said Bad Bunny. He'd be good too. I'd like to see him play somebody nice. I know I've seen him in other stuff. I just can't remember. Bull. Thank you, Hosanka's Bull. Ron Perlman is Bull. That'd be awesome. I don't know if they're going to have, are they going to have Bull? Is he even going to be in it? I really liked him quite a bit. That third book is, I enjoy it. It's not the best. It's got some crazy moments though. It has one of the better moments in the series though. If that makes sense. Bye, Belinda. Thanks, Gary. Have a great afternoon. Talk soon. Save the Expanse. Bye, Belinda. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate all your good work. Check out Belinda. She's over at Everything Expanse Facebook group. She's wonderful. And yes, I totally did rip off her little avatar for the Expanse canceled. That's what gave me the idea, was seeing Julie Mao screaming. That video has got up to, I think it's going to hit like 55,000 views. That's nuts for our little channel. Silicon Valley wood. Yes, that's what it's going to be. Silicon Valley, the show, is something we should have covered, and I will do a retro on that one. Remember the Can't. Yes, Bad Bunny. You said we can't have a night court now. The judge died. That's so sad. Harry Anderson. That's right. All right. So we looked at the Westworld ratings. They're kind of meh right now, but don't worry about it. That show's gonna. I can't remember. I think Game of Thrones ratings kind of solidly went up, but I remember people saying that season 2 was just kind of met, which wow, 55,000. I hit it. Oh, nice. Thanks, Pim Farm Girl. 55,034. Woo. Nuts. Yeah. Damn. Okay. RIP Harry Anderson. That's right. What was I saying? Oh, so I think Game of Thrones kind of leveled out in season 2, but yeah, it was after the Red Wedding when things exploded. And it feels like everybody kind of got on board. Mark's good point. Don't worry about Westworld. It's not on sci-fi. You are right, sir. Good afternoon, Apple Crow. How are you? Belinda, some have said that Bull will be Naomi and drummer will be Michio Pai. Um, Dina McCombs. Oh, God. I hope they, okay. Don't get mad at me, Expanse fans, because I love the books. Michio Pai is not my favorite character. And it's not from that. The third book, she's fine. It's in a later book where it just really seems out of character for her. It's just weird. Yeah, that's the only chapters I had problems with in the entire series was her later chapters and later books because it felt out of character for her. I need to read it again though. I do. Somebody asked me to the last video if there's a red wedding moment in The Expanse in the books. And I'm going to say yes, there is. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I don't want to ruin it. It's red wedding in in scope. Okay. You did. Yeah. And was that Mako? Was it you asked me? Yeah. Okay. Yes, there is an amazing, shattering WTF. There's actually quite a few, to be honest with you, but there's one that when you get to it, you'll know what I'm talking about. And that's why I was like, oh God, why are you canceling the show now? It is just getting started. I mean, this like shit is only just started to go sideways. Things go sideways in in so many different ways that are really fun to get into. And they've really done a great job of building up the Belters and the Martians and the Earthers as these three separate factions who might be fighting each other for really stupid reasons. The only people that have a legit beef are the Belters. And James Hancock, geeking out with James Hancock, said it in his video. I don't want to steal his idea moment, but I agree with him that we haven't seen a lot of Belters this season, but we're gonna. So we're definitely gonna. We're not going to be Belter-less this season. You just got to wait for it because we're starting the next book. And the Belters play the most important part in the story for the Expanse, in my opinion. Like without the Belters, they don't have a story. So they've been purposely left out in the first few episodes for very good plot reasons. Could Westworld all be taking place on an entirely different planet than Earth? Asked DJ Bowman. I originally thought that. I also saw the film theory guy. It's a theory of it taking place like underwater in a dome. The way it looks right now, it's on an island near China. That's in Chinese waters, and that's only through assumption because at the beginning of season 2 they talk to a Chinese soldier and make him fill out non-disclosure agreement, which was funny as hell. It's Westworld is full of surreal moments. So you got a robot rebellion, dead bodies everywhere, and some dickhead in a business suit making a Chinese soldier sign an NDA. And they're a private security group. And in the background, you see like this big ship that's like a transport ship. So it gives you an idea of kind of like how far in the future it is. But I think Westworld also takes place in 2054. I think that is the date. Which also Logan talked about when he first in the first episode. Logan realizes he's surrounded by hosts, and he just at first he's amazed, and then his face does a great acting transformation of complete horror. Like, wait a minute, we're not fucking here yet. We should not be able to do this. This is wrong. Which just shows that he was still human at that point. They might pull out a BSG by saying it's before or after civilization, but I think it's on Earth, says Mako. As far as Westworld, Westworld is on Earth, but I think they're get ready to be completely mind fucked at the end. Because I still think Dennis and I have thrown out every theory. One of the theories we've thrown out is everybody's a host, and it's a perpetual loop. And it might have been a way to preserve the human race, and it's just this loop that's going around, or it's a computer program, a simulation, or the one we got to last night was all the hosts might be based on actual humans, which would be really screwed up. Captain Kirk meets Dolores. It could happen on that show. We had cowboys fighting ninjas last night, and that it doesn't get cooler than that. It really doesn't. Hector taking on a ninja. That was fucking awesome. We're calling her Dwight right now. Hashtag host loop. Ed Brewer, what's up, buddy? STD feels more like Trek World than Star Trek. That's good. It does. It does, and it's on a very bad narrative. Yeah, Sizemore would write a better narrative than Akiva Goldsmith's. Okay. It's good to see you back, Ed. Missed you a couple days there, but I know you've been busy. So, by the way, patrons, you're going to get charged today. Sorry. I got to ship out some packages, and the packages are ready to go. And that's what I did this morning. By the way, Lisa Joy never watched Lost regarding the intro of the last episode. Lisa Joy is smart for not wasting her time. And she's a super talent, that Lisa Joy. She is a super talent. Her and Jonathan Nolan, who I think is a better writer than his brother. What Chris Nolan can't do that Jonathan can. Chris Nolan's a great director, like scope and size. What I got to agree with my pal Dalton that I heard on a live stream that he has a lot of trouble with emotion, and he has a lot of trouble like the female characters in Chris Nolan's movies are just weak. I'm sorry, and not the character themselves. They're written very weak. Jonathan, I think, as you know, teaming up with Lisa Joy, that's why we get really great female characters in Westworld. That doesn't, you know, everything feels earned in Westworld. Oh, we know you're just everything's a possibility here, DJ Bowman. They made Lando pansexual for reasons, so he can hit on Han for reasons. And he's not really going to be pansexual in the movie. They just said that afterwards. I think partially that was in defense of Jake Kasdan. Okay. He got asked that question. You don't go on a Star Wars junket and expect to be asked, well, who did Luke fuck last week? You know, it's like, what? Who cares? You know, it's like, I don't care. I don't care. That has never been in Star Wars and never needs to be in Star Wars. That being said, yeah, whatever. You know, like Captain Jack was brought up, and he's a pansexual. The thing is that pansexual like only makes sense in sci-fi, which could just simply mean that he likes blue aliens too. So it's like, okay, whatever. You know, I don't think. I think maybe he meant that in science fiction terms and not like 2018 Earth terms. I'm just trying to defend him here. I don't know. It got a lot of people spurred out for reasons that you know, I care so little about Star Wars that it's just, if it's beyond bothering me. I'm apathetic towards Star Wars, and that's what they really need to fear with their fan bases. Right now, they still have a fan base that gives a shit. enough to be pissed off. And yeah, it's a divided fan base, and really, there's a lot of other channels you can go and see that stuff on. But they need to they being the creators just need to be quiet and talk about the movies, and that's it. That's it, and make good movies, and everything will be fine. I think yeah, all this nonsense is well, actually, if you go to what's the Rotten Tomatoes for Solo right now. Um, Now, there was the whole Russian bot bullshit about Last Jedi, which I believe about as much as I believe in Nessie, um, which is not at all. And I believe in oh my god, why did I go to Fandango? Solo Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, I did go to Rotten Tomatoes and I clicked on Fandango. So holy shit. Okay, so this might be an effort made by a couple of YouTubers out there. And I mean they both have like 30,000 subscribers, and that's a pretty big fan base, but I don't know if that's enough. This is based, well, yeah, it is enough because it's only 12,000 user ratings. 42% want to see Solo. And the critics are at 71%. How many critics are counted? It's only 120. It's only 127. So it's still a little early to tell. And you can see right there, I am not interested in sealing Solo, and I'm going to review it. I'm going to buy a ticket to Deadpool 2 and sneak into Solo. And yeah, that's wrong, and I don't care. Or you know what? I'll find some little movie that I'll buy a ticket to, like the book club or something like that. I'll give the money to the book club. There you go. And you could sing Solo for me. That's right, DJ Bowman. I did because just I'm purely on the content. I don't care about all the other shit. The other thing I'm going to remember when I see Solo is that he died like an idiot. And people have seen my Last Jedi review and the Force Awakens review. I'd be totally okay with Solo. I don't think they needed to kill him. It's like, can he just it would have just been better if we never saw him again, and like him and Leia went off to planet Palm Springs and lived their life out. So actually, just Tatooine is planet Palm Springs, basically. I'm sure there's some really nice parts of Tatooine, nice retirement community. Yeah, there's a sand people problem, but sand people rights. How come there's no sand people rights? We got droid rights, but there's no sand people rights. They are oppressed more than anything. They're out there in the desert. They've got no water. They have to wear this mask all the time. What's under there? I don't know. Those poor sand people. They got Jedis out there killing them for no reason. All right, well, maybe they abducted one Jedi's mom, and they shouldn't have done that. But yeah, sand people rights. Don't forget about it, folks. So yeah, I think Solo is just going to come and go. Mark says 66% top critics. Captain Jack, host in Westworld. Yes, Pen Farm Girl. They really need to bring back Torchwood and just do a Captain Jack River Song show. I think that would get better ratings than Doctor Who. I'd love to see that. I want to see John Barrowman at least play Captain Jack one more time. 45% says Mark. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad, but I think that's just backlash. And again, that's only 12,000. But it might be accurate, because I think the user rating for Last Jedi was really accurate. I think 47% of the people really didn't like that movie. Some people did, and that's cool. That's all right. Like I said, I you know what? The next package of patrons, you're going to be freaking happy, because here let's refer to the back of my room. See, that stuff right there. That's all original Star Wars figures. Some from when I was a kid. Like these were that Chewbacca was mine since I was 7. And there's an Emperor in there, which is badass. I got a Yoda over there. So each one of the new packages is going to have one of those in them. Boom. That's for the $15 level, by the way. And for those of you who've already received packages, I think it's like 4 more months till you get another one. You will get one of those. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a list, and y'all can't get the same one, but I will let you guys pick to a certain amount what you want on that, and I'll throw up a list in the next couple days for you. But that's coming down. I've got something cool to replace it. So, yeah, bye bye, stars. Garrett, I like to put it this way: they focused the first movie on the easiest character to write and fucked that up. No wonder why they totally screwed up Luke. Yep. Well, we're finding out more and more that Ryan Johnson just like clearly is a political master, but maybe not the best creative person in the world. I'm just saying. Okay. Um, and that's as negative as I'll get. I don't want to get all attacky and stuff on Star Wars. Like I said, there's other channels there to do it. We come here to be positive. Uh, what was that? 400 million? Don't they know how many episodes of Legion we can get for that? Those bastards. What happened? What was 400 million? Don't forget the rumors are Solo cost 400 million to film, says Mako. What? Oh, probably from the reshoots. Holy, $500 million practically. DG Bowman wants Robert Carlyle for Doctor Who. Well, that'll be a few years, or maybe one or two. We're not sure. I actually don't think Doctor Who's long for this world, to be honest with you. It's still an expensive show to make, and wow, BBC has really done a good job of just driving that show into the ground. $400 million for Solo. Holy crap. Okay, well, yeah, it's gonna not make that back in the United States. It might make it back worldwide. They've changed the projections. They had it projected originally at 150. It's down to 120. And this is a 3-day weekend. Yeah, they can make a lot of another bit of I think if you're a fan of Legion and you're a fan of Deadpool, you really, really want the Fox Disney deal to be delayed as long as possible, because Deadpool performed under projection, like barely under, but under enough to not warrant the power it had before. So if it does come over to Marvel, Kevin Feige has the higher ground on Ryan Reynolds on this one. Not that he didn't before. They have said openly that they want to keep Deadpool going. They want to keep Ryan Reynolds. They want to keep it rated R, but I think it's going to be heavily restricted. And yeah, so I think if we get the deal pushed off a couple more years, we can get another good X-Force or Deadpool movie. But I think if Disney takes it over, I don't know if Ryan Reynolds wants to be a part of that. He and Tim Miller had a spat. So imagine getting into Kevin Feige's play box and it's his way or the highway. Which honestly, you can't argue with it. His highway has been pretty damn good. So I don't know. I kind of don't want it to happen. I think Fox has actually kind of gotten the right direction. And Legion, Dennis, what's up? Apple Crow, someone left the lock open briefly. What? What's up, Dennis? Yeah, I just think it's best that deal gets put off, and I think we will be just fine. Legion is spectacular. It's amazing. It's everything you want in a comic book show. And if it wasn't a comic book show and it was just a TV show about a crazy person seeing stuff, I'd still like it. And it just happens to be an X-Men show, and it just happens to be, and yes, fans, including Logan and Deadpool, I think at this point it's the best X-Men thing Fox has done. Definitely see it. They might keep the rated R movies under the Fox brand like they did with Touchstone back in the day. Yeah, that's what we were thinking. That's what we were thinking. Yeah, they're going to keep the Fox brand. That's not going anywhere. That fanfare, you can't, I mean, for anything, you can't get rid of the fanfare. Legion is amazing. Usually it is amazing all the time. 400 million. You could find a Formula One race car team for that, for one reason. And you could find a Formula One race car team for that for one season, and they could be way more riveting suspense and action, right? Says Persian Scribe. That is true. You could pay Dennis and I $40 and we would think of something. No, I don't know. Maybe $400. Uh, Apple Crow's asking, what did you find? You run out of biology? Yeah, he used up all the biology, Apple Crow. Nah, he just went home. He's got one of those jobs where he can go home whenever he wants. Just finished watching episode 5. Another great episode. So much tension and suspense. Battle Marcus. You're talking Westworld, right? Yes, Westworld. Agreed. Last night's episode had such a good. I watched it again, and that ending, yeah, where she rips off the Shogun's head was brilliant. Um, if we could get just one more season of Legion, I would be super happy. Says Viking bitch. I would be too. Maybe they kind of went into it just thinking like, hey, we'll get 2 or 3 seasons. It seems to be paced like that. I'm really looking forward to the end. This is things are ramping up. It for as dreamy and surreal and weird as it is, it moves. Legion's the best TV show on the air right now. There, I said it. Says Mako. I will say for me, it is. I just don't want to choose. I'm happy watching all 3. If there's a gun to my head, and I got to watch one right now, it would be The Expanse. It'd be The Expanse. But there's no gun to my head. So Legion is immensely rewatchable. It's so good, says Mark. Yes, that it really does have that's how I judge a show, is like if I want to go back and watch it again. If Legion gets canceled, shit is going to burn down, says Dennis. And Dennis has got the match. Or the Zippo lighter. Or the Tesla flamethrower. I wonder if I get a discount on Tesla flamethrowers, Dennis. Do I get a 2 for 1? God damn it. I hate it when I like rush through the chat and I got to go back up. Okay, here we go. Too bad Wolverine is the greatest showman. Hey, he likes to dance. Don't you want to dance? Yes, Penn and Benedict and Downey Jr. were both were Sherlock. Yes. All, not both, all. Rewatch each episode of Legion at least twice, says Viking bitch. Bad Bunny says, remember the can't. Yes, we can't save the Expanse. Remember the can't. We got to say that at least every 15 minutes, right? And Battle Marcus agrees. Aubrey Plaza playing a role that was originally written for a man is amazing. Grady Broyles. Did I know that? Dennis is, that's true, huh? I think Dennis mentioned that. That is amazing. 400 million is more than the cost of SpaceX Falcon Heavy spaceship. I don't know that off the top of my head. I know there's a launch in a day. They got the live stream ready to go already. I don't know what they're doing. Cool thing is they stop everything sometimes at work to show a launch. I watch every episode twice back to back. I wish I could. It really I'd have to say it's it's Viking bitch's fault. We don't watch it really benefit us to watch it twice before we even talked about that, but Viking bitch wanted it on earlier and we couldn't say no. We couldn't say no. I don't want her up past her bedtime. She has a lot of work to do. DJ wants to know, why did a radioactive spider bite you? Because you taste good. Because you taste good. So yeah, we could talk about the real quick, the Jake Gyllenhaal is Mysterio. So much for Jake Gyllenhaal being Batman. I mean, I guess he could be still, but I doubt it. I don't think that whole Batman thing's going to happen at all. Or maybe Ben Affleck's going to stay Batman. So here we go. Next Spider-Man movie will enlist Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, plus Michael Keaton returns, which is a no surprise to anybody. When we last left our friend Adrian Toombs, weapons collector, self-styled supervillain Vulture, and living epitome of modern American socioeconomic frustration, whatever. He had been apprehended and rescued by his arch nemesis, aspiring son-in-law. I don't know about aspiring son-in-law. I think it was just boyfriend. Let's not take it. Let's pump the brakes on that one a little bit. Peter Parker, Spider-Boy. Tossed into jail, his crimes against humanity, well, New Yorkers, and set upon what seemed to be a genuine path of redemption. But supervillainry is hard habit to kick. Well, okay, yes, it is. I'll admit that. And it looks like that we'll be seeing Toombs don the wings once more in Spider-Man Homecoming's Untitled sequel. So we don't know if he's going to don the wings or not. It might just be a scene where he's, being Hannibal Lecter, in jail, something like that. I don't know. Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio is a very interesting casting choice. One of the biggest missed opportunities in the world is we didn't get Spider-Man 4 and we didn't get Bruce Campbell as Mysterio. That would have been the shit. There was art for that. So I don't know. Okay, so not the biggest fan of Spider-Man Homecoming. I thought it had good moments. Michael Keaton was the best thing in it. It definitely had good moments, but there's been so many Spider-Man movies, and I like Tom Holland mostly as Spider-Man. As Spider-Boy. He is Spider-Boy. I don't like a couple of scenes in Homecoming and a scene in Infinity War, which I've said over and over again, which are not Spider-Man, which are not Peter Parker. And I know the argument against is, hey, he's a kid, because when he was crying. No, he was a kid. Well, it's like, I've read a lot of Spider-Man. A lot. Peter's never acted like that. Okay. He's acted like that in Ultimate Spider-Man, but that's not official Spider-Man. That's Ultimate Spider-Man. Now, if you want to say he's acting like Ultimate Spider-Man, but it's still, he's been braver. Peter Parker is a unusually good and brave kid. He would not do that. If he was starting to fade away, he would tell Tony Stark to take care of his Aunt May. Period. He'd be sad, but he wouldn't be crying. Okay. And yes, I know Tobey Maguire did a lot of crying, especially, and he's not a good crier. He's kind of a snot crier, but I love Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, and Sam Raimi's Spider-Mans are still some of my favorite superhero movies. So hopefully they improve on that. There were some really good bits in Spider-Man Homecoming, but it was largely kind of just an average movie for me. So, and I know a lot of people disagree, and that's cool. I know a lot of people loved Spider-Man Homecoming. MCU is the Ultimate Universe. Yeah, it is. But that's not Peter Parker. It's not. And I've read all the Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm trying to think of a time where he bawled. Other than like somebody dying. Now, if it's somebody else dying, yeah, that's fine. But if it's fear for his life, okay, this is just a kid who jumped on a ship and went into space, but he's worried about dying. That's not Peter Parker. And I would love to debate with somebody who's read as much Spider-Man as I have. All right. I hate to throw that gauntlet down, but come on. He is Spider-Boy. If you name him properly, then we can go from there. Spider-Man Homecoming has Bendis writing all over it, says Mako. Yes, it does. It does. And Bendis did a good job on the original Ultimate Spider-Man run. He did. I liked it. I really, really want Kitty Pryde X-Men spinoff, says Grady. Hey, I love Kitty Pryde. I do. Jumping on the Rocinante into space. Hashtag save the Expanse. Has it been 15 minutes? uh, so people have read more of the Spider-Man than me. Some guys older than me, but I've read quite a bit. That's what I've read the most of. Not lately, but yeah, I have almost every main Spider-Man title up until 2012. 2013. Then I cut it off. I have full runs of Amazing Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man. I have weird European reprints. I have Spider-Man comics in languages I cannot read. It takes up a large portion of undisclosed storage area. And yeah, got me some Spider-Man. Uh, Trying to get this chat. I met Paul Smith, the X-Men artist, at WonderCon, and he joked about writing Space Kitty and Lockheed the Wonder Dragon. Was that WonderCon here in San Francisco, Grady? Or is that WonderCon in Anaheim? Lois is now with her Superman, DJ Bowman. Yeah, Margot Kidder. Talked about it last week, but yeah, that was a bummer. But the way she lived a good old life, and she got close to kicking the bucket quite a bit. Margot Kidder was a survivor, man. And I'm glad she turned her life around. That's a good redemption story right there. They're going to fly a copy of the Rocinante on a balloon to the edge of space. Oh, really? That's cool. Already funded it. Just like they did with the airplane. That is awesome. Yeah, see, this show's going to get picked up. I mean, doing crazy shit like that gets attention. And there's a very smart person in charge of this thing. And that's going to work. Looking forward to Nick Spencer run on Amazing Spider-Man. That's comics. That's exactly why Dan Slott is why I gave it up. Because worse than being bad, because like being bad, I think shows a certain type of effort. Being average and boring, yeah, Dan Slott. I even made it through one more day. I did. I just moved past it, forgot it never ever happened, and then it just got weird. Spider Island and all that other stuff, and I'm just like, it's not for me anymore. And with the Secret Wars, I thought that was a good, jumping off point, although I didn't realize I was going to be getting back into comics the way I did. So I saw Secret Wars. To me, they ended the 616 right there. Did you ever check out the Witcher comic books? Winter Exile, I'm going to. The Witcher intrigues me quite a bit. I did not play the game, but I like the cut of its jib. It looks really cool. That is something we're going to cover whenever that show comes out on Netflix. I think 2020, they said. It looks badass. So I will check them out, and I will check back with you. Our first official comic book review looks like it's going to be, I can't reach it anymore, it's Bubba Hotep. The Bubba Hotep comic when we do our Bubba Hotep thing. And yeah, we're not going to do tons of comic book stuff here, but once in a while. Eddie Izzard for Doctor Who? No, Dennis. I've seen him live like 3 times. Clone Saga and the Clone Saga and the Ultimate Spider-Man. What are my thoughts on it? It was better than the Clone Saga in the regular universe. The game is really good, says Battle Marcus. Bon Jovi for Doctor Who. There we go. We got Logan's Run and Dune remakes coming also too. Yeah, the Logan's Run, which is funny because it's a girl named Logan, right? That's funny. Dune, I'm interested to see what they do with that. One More Day never happened. You're right. The attempt on Peter's life actually got him, but it didn't kill him. He's just in a coma for 8 years. Yes, I'm down with that. Which British-based superhero do I want based in the MCU? Captain Britain. Union Jack. Union Jack is my favorite British-based superhero because he's got a badass costume. And yes, I'm not kidding. Love me some Union Jack. I read The Invaders when I was a kid, and I saw Union Jack's costume before I even knew what the frick the flag was or anything, and I was drawing it all the time. And then my dad had to explain to me that's basically the English Captain America. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Ewan McGregor would be an awesome Doctor Who. Hollywood would cast Dwayne Johnson as the new Doctor. Persian scribe. Yes, they would. That would be terrible. But funny. Gillian Anderson for Doctor Who. If there's going to be a female Doctor Who, then I want it to be Gillian Anderson. There you go. My favorite British superhero is Karen Cujo. I'll play Doctor Who in a text-based adventure. I want Spider UK. Also, I want Ewan McGregor as Union Jack. That would be awesome. Spider UK. Anybody in the UK, did you guys ever listen to the Amazing Spider-Man BBC audio drama with music by Brian May of Queen? Have you heard of this? Came out in the late 90s, early 2000s. I have it. It's actually pretty good. It's a lot of English actors trying to do really bad New York accents, and it's got a killer soundtrack because it's all Brian May in the background. So the epic monologue when B5 got picked up, in the end, it would hold because it was built to endure, right? And it would hold because of the built to endure and what it loves to endure. And Babylon 5 endures. The Expanse will endure. We will endure. Yes, says Mr. Bit 10. Dennis, are you drinking? I think I'm being trolled by my own co-host. You know, I could always block him. Where's Jody? Dennis drinks all day long. He doesn't just drink at work. He drinks. He doesn't drink and drive, but he's a weekend drinker. Sunday to Saturday. If Hollywood did Doctor Who, they would cast Channing Tatum and let Michael Bay direct it, right? It'd be Doctor Who Splosions. Did you see Ready Player One? There's a nice Easter egg in there for you. For Grady Boyles. Yeah. Dennis only drinks coconut water. Yeah, with vodka. And he says it gets weak and dizzy without it. Here we go. I take it back, Dennis. I'll come work there. Warning: I don't know much about biology. Don't know much about science. About science book. You don't need to know much. Dennis works there. Yeah, it's okay. He's kind of doing a weak job at it, to be honest with you. Simon Pegg wants to play Captain Britain. No. Fuck no. I don't want a you know what? I would be a better Captain Britain. Dennis would be a better Captain Britain than Simon Pegg. Fuck no. Yeah. I want a little skinny, runty Captain Britain with like Alfred E. Newman ears. No. Hell no. You're a funny man. You're great, Scotty. You're good in a lot of stuff. Shaun of the Dead is the shit. You're not Captain Britain. Jellyfish testicles with a side of coconut water. They probably served that here in San Francisco at the pop-up toast bar with avocado toast. You're totally stealing Doctor Who Splosions by Michael Bay. Dwayne Johnson next role will be Home Alone remake where he plays Kevin. You're right, Viking bitch. Simon Pegg should make more spaced. That would be much better. That would be much better. There's a lot of things he could play. You know what? He could have been in The Boys. There's a damn character based on him, but he kind of big timed him. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry, Derek. Yes, you heard it here first. Simon Pegg big timed him. Since the cat's out of the bag, he was already on board when it was supposed to be a movie, and then it got greenlit and then ungreenlit and then got greenlit again with a different director, and he was on board for that. And then he started writing Star Trek and thought he was which is funny that he said that, because the quote at the time was, "I don't want to do these comic book things anymore." So it's just proof that never say never. Things change. And a constant paycheck is always good. So don't, yeah. And DJ Bowman is 38, youngster. Dennis Pathalkas for Doctor Who. He'd get my vote. He would. Susan as new doctor, and Doomcock as his companion. Says Persian scribe. Guys, I want somebody called Kira Grave as Kitty Pryde. She also has a YouTube channel. I'll check it out. Hang on. Let's go there right now. Yeah, she'd be could she act? She looks like Kitty Pryde. She does. You guys want to? No, there's like, yeah, she's young. So, boom, 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 boom. Is that Kitty Pryde? I think that could be Kitty Pryde. Sure, why not? She's probably got 8 million subscribers. As proud as I get of 3,000 subscribers, and I see like who's got 50,000, I'm like, oh god. Yeah. Well, life is just humbling. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. She has a Netflix TV show. Yeah. It is important. I thought Ellen Page was a good kitty. I thought she was a great kitty. The Fox X-Men stuff like had great casting with just bad storytelling. I know Marvel is doing MCU, IW, but it would occur to me that Disney is dumb as shit. While they did the MCU, they would have made it true to the comic, animated movie or TV series. Why am I missing what IW is? Sorry. Tell me what that is. Shit blanks in your mind when you do live streams sometimes. So I'm Disney. Let's remember back 7 years ago where Disney was. Was it 7 or 8 years? Infinity War. Thank you, Mika. Man, I'm not going to tell him here, but there is a spoiler out for Avengers 4 that I hope is just complete bullshit. Because if it's true, I would say let's just end it with Infinity War and just call it a day. Thanos wins. Let's think back to 8 years ago when John Carter came out, 2010, something like that. Disney was in the dumps. They were in the dumps. They were the third biggest studio. I mean, right now, I just see a lot of YouTubers like Disney's this unstoppable juggernaut, which they are right now, but these things go in cycles. And remember, Sony was an unstoppable juggernaut for a little while. And then Warner Brothers in the mid 2000s was an unstoppable juggernaut. Dark Knight Returns came out. They had Harry Potter. They could do nothing wrong. And look at it now. So that's kind of why Disney's aware of this. So when people ask, why don't you have this big long plan for Star Wars? Because they know they're not going to make the movies forever. What they'll do is they'll go in spurts. They'll make Star Wars movies and then they might burn out. You wait a little 10, 15 years, you bring them back. That is their long term. So their plan is get as much money as you possibly can right now. Can't argue with that business wise. It's not really good for art, but that's why. Silver Spike said, "Yeah, you're reading a spoiler today." I saw, well, Comic Book Cast 2, I think, has done 9 videos since this morning on them. No, it was actually Midnight's Edge that did it. They're good. I like them. They're very, very good. Uh, yeah. So the fourth movie, yeah, I don't want to be responsible for those spoilers getting out, especially if it's just complete BS, and it is from Reddit. So, uh, Disney's wife Fang, White Fang, the wolf dog, rocked. IKW, I know, right? Dennis, you're old. John Carter turned about. So, okay, so Grady, I agree with you. While I pointed out John Carter and it didn't do well, my wife and I freaking love that movie. Love it to death. I remember like me and Derek were like talking about our love for that movie, and I went up to his house and we watched the movie and we talked about that movie. And the director's cut is amazing and it's got good 3D and I like it, but it's not for everybody. How do you think the MCU will be like if Fox never had X-Men or the Fantastic Four? Better. They would have done it. I think Fantastic Four will do good at Disney. I think that's a good property for them. I don't know if the X-Men are. Uh, Need to go. Good night, everyone. Save the Expanse, says Battle Marcus. Battle Marcus, good night. Thanks for hopping in. We're going to go for at least another half an hour. We're going to go 2 hours today. I got to pick up Logan. No one is unstoppable except Doomcock. That is true. Viking bitch. So, and I threw out an invite to him too. Like if we get like Expanses picked up or any big Expanse news, that he is welcome to come on and at any time. We message each other once in a while. Yeah, some of it sounds horribly plausible, says Silver Spike about those spoilers. Yeah, I mean it's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's bad. It's so bad. It is beyond bad. I cannot believe Kevin Feige would do something like this. So, and apparently it's from somebody who was right before. But I mean, it's Reddit. So I think some elements, and I know there's the rumor out there that they put it out there to be, they're fake spoilers. I don't know if they have time to actually do that. They're making a movie, and there's a lot of photographic corroboration of it. There's Cap in his original costume, and there's some time traveling skullduggery going on, tomfoolery, timey-wimey, and that is bad. I thought they were going to kind of use the Infinity Gauntlet as they have been. I mean, they kind of did it backwards, but they use the Infinity Gauntlet. And if you read the whole Infinity Gauntlet, it's there how they kind of work things out. So I'm hoping they use that. Well, a consensus about the MCU directors and Feige has been more make enough money to make the next one, and then you can focus on quality and interesting movie takes. Yeah, and they listen to their fans too. SD3 Movie Fanobi, they do. They are aware, and they also know how to talk to their fans. They know how to interact with their fans. But when it all said and done, they just make good stuff. And when you make good stuff, nobody's fighting. You got DC fans spurging out, but they're going to do that. And when DC's good someday, Marvel fans are going to spurg out, and that's cool. That means the world is acting as it should. Mark says John Carter was good. I agree with you. Dennis says he this is his go-to. I fall asleep. Yeah. Dennis falls asleep when, when I'm talking to him. So yeah. Dennis falling asleep is a normal act. That's why I always have to drive when I'm with Dennis. Fanobi, are you liking Farscape? Viking Bitch asks. Mark, I think we're on 4. We will not sacrifice the Expanse. We've made too many compromises already. Too many retreats to invade. They invade our homes with shows like STD, and we fall back. They destroy entire franchises, and we fall back. Says Master Cam. No more. Not again. The line has been drawn. We will not give up. The show is important, Master Cam. It is. It is. We will not compromise, but we've only got so much power. I mean, we can, I don't want to boycott anybody. I think sci-fi will do themselves in, though. I think people will think twice. Trust is a big thing with the network, and sci-fi's got a bad reputation as it stands. Okay. Going down the chat. God, it keeps skipping out. Winter Exile. Gosh, I just wish I was seeing Adam Warlock's role in Infinity War being split up amongst Stark slash. I wish I wasn't seeing Adam Warlock's role being split up between Stark and Strange, and soon Miss Marvel, because she will never be Captain Marvel. Says Winter Exile. Yeah, they're given. Dude, I'm gonna isolate this. I've been saying this for the longest time, that they're gonna give Captain Marvel the kill shot on Thanos. They're gonna do it. We're talking about Riddick. Love Riddick, even when the last one shows didn't need huge budget, like the horror movie A Quiet Place. I want to see A Quiet Place. The line must be drawn here, this far, no further, says Small Yoda 3. All Deadpool after credits are supposed to be canon, says Steve Nyman. Dennis is low on brain lube. I was amazed at how much they got by with on Farscape. They did lots of nudity for a 90s show. Oh, do I have that to look forward to? Are we going to see we're going to see a lot of butt shots in there? I don't know. There's a lot of butt shots in the 90s. They were enamored with butt shots back then. Who was that? What was that detective show that had the fat trolley looking guy, and we saw his butt? Dennis something or other, not Dennis Bathalkas. Dennis. Damn, what was that freaking cop show where they made a big deal about showing his butt on national TV? Oh God, I'm gonna have to look that up now. I'm Googling. There's no way this is going to come up. Dennis Franz. And I Googled Dennis butt shot in the 90s and I came up with it. I freaking love Google. I'm glad it didn't come up with my partner, Dennis's butt shots. He's got a lot of them, but he was in college. He needed the money. Dennis Franz looks back on NYPD's Blues butt shot. Oh man, freaking Google. Oh boy, where did the chat go? I lost you now. There you are. What is this digressed into? I think Tony or Thor will get the kill shot, says ST3 Move Finobi. The spoilers kind of say who gets the kill shot. But I still think okay, so I'll think Captain Marvel will be she will be saving everybody. She'll be more integral than she should be, being introduced in a fourth movie. Although I don't know. I trust Kevin Feige. I think they'll fit her in great. But don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. But according to that spoiler, somebody does get a kill shot. And you guys can go out and find it. Check out the Midnight Edge video. Oh my God, only Pitch Black was good. The rest belong on Saturday afternoon TV, says Grady Feisty Fan says, ha 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 ha. I think the best thing we can do for to keep showing the show going that we love for the Expanse is let's hold off on hating on anyone. We should make sure that we save the Expanse. Movement always carries a positive message. Small Yoda 3, you are 100% correct. Bashing on sci-fi and Alcon and trying to dissect them at this point does no fucking good. I mean, I saw an article out there. Dennis shared one, and it's got some great points in it. Why Alcon kind of did this to themselves. I don't think that does any good right now. That is something for later. And plus, this is, I mean, even unless you're working for Alcon, we don't really fucking know. Maybe they got the best deal they could. You know, here's the deal. Here's what I think happened. Alcon tested out this show called The Expanse, and it probably tested great. Critics loved it. Audiences loved it, and they just thought they had a juggernaut on their hands. They thought they had the next Game of Thrones, which I think they did. Okay. But the problem is it was on sci-fi. That's the big problem. So I thought they were very confident in their show. So they're like, listen, we'll do this live thing. It's kind of crazy, but let's try this out because we could probably shop this show around. And it might have been in their plan because they felt that good about it. Problem is, when they got into it, I don't know if they, maybe they thought the rating system would change, which it hasn't. They're using a 10-year-old model. It's not working. Nobody's watching these damn shows live. And to continually ask people to do stuff live is not going to work. I mean, we want to do this for the Expanse. Let's do it for the Expanse. But once we save the Expanse, then let's change the system a little bit to be more accurate, because right now you're clipping a show that's still getting 1 million viewers. It is. It sucks that they're not counting actual viewers. They're like, well, the people who watch it, 3 days later and 7 days later, they don't count. Okay. That's stupid. That's stupid to say people who actually take time to watch your show, no matter when it is, don't count. I think anytime somebody views your show, if it's fucking 5 years from now, it should count. And we now have a much better way to count it. You can actually track IP addresses. Okay. You know who's watching your show. It's not some Nielsen box, which is based on it's like freaking, it's like last election's polling. It makes no fucking sense. I'll equate it to when I was working at the Warehouse Records, and Michael Jackson's album, like it sold more than anybody's. And what they based on was units sold to record stores. Okay. Not actual records sold. Warehouse was sending cases of that shit back or to other shops to sell them for $1 or in the garbage. Like they were left with tons of them, and they were forced in a lot of ways to buy a certain amount. They weren't actual sales. So now, you have downloads and stuff. You could actually track what actually sells. Same with comic stores. You have no way of knowing what actual comic sells unless you individually poll every store. You know what gets sold to stores, but you don't know the real sales numbers. And those two things are a lot more different than you think. Spend a lot of time in retail. And yeah, it's a lot of voodoo economics. And we got 15 more minutes. Let's go through the chat here. Rossi's going to space right now. Sailing coconut. Let me see this. There you go. Let's hit Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. I'm sure Save the Expanse will be Expanse. I don't see anything yet. I did see the prop that was going to space here. Let me just Google it. Save the Expanse. Space. No, I don't see anything, but yeah, just tell me where it is if you see it. That is freaking cool. 100 viewers. What? I wasn't even paying attention. What's up, yo? Well, it's 99 now. probably that silent period. Hashtag save the expanse. So they are sending the Rosti to space on a balloon, which is freaking genius. I love how these people think. I mean, you know what? The people are having fun with this. That's the deal. Is like, yeah, we're sad about saving the show and stuff like that, but people are actually being creative and fun about this, and that reflects well on your fan base for sure. Hashtag binge the expanse. I'm getting a message. From Dennis. It says, fuck you. Hey, fuck you, buddy. No, I'm just kidding. Here it is. A Kane's Dance last night was the cover of I thought it was a song. I didn't know which song was. It was a Wu-Tang Clan song. That is awesome, Dennis. Nice. That is cool. Straight from Dennis. So when a Kane or a Kana was dancing at the end of Westworld, I'm like, that's probably a song, but I have no idea which one. It was a Wu-Tang Clan song. Yo. Yes, fucking awesome, Dennis. That is fucking rad. Okay, so yeah, so we're sending the Rossi to space. That is beyond amazing. The Expanse fans win for creativity. If any U.S. viewers are wondering, I found an article saying that if you watch cable using YouTube TV or Hulu, it is counted by Nielsen. Thank you, Small Yoda 3. I was wondering about that. I was wondering if Sling counts. I did find out last night Sling does count. Sling counts as a live view. And again, that's stuff you can actually track because you sign up. They know how many people are watching. And that's part of the sales job. That's why the networks agreed to work with Sling, is like, we can get accurate data. You know, it's kind of like what they're doing with Westworld. They're all swabbing our genitals for data. I'm sorry, was that a stretch? For market research? They'll send it into space by this time next week. Not right now, says Mako. Thank you. I hope that's like a live stream. That needs to be a live stream, Mako. And they funded it in 2 hours. Damn, I was going to give them some money. Are they still taking money? Can I give them something? Viking Bitch, the producer of the show, has spoken, and now would be a good time to plug the Patreon really quick. Okay, it's going to be super quick. Patreon.com/Nerdrotic. We give you stuff. Go there. Check it out. There's 3 tiers. There's $1, there's $5, there's $15. The $5 and $15, you get cool stuff. Some of that stuff includes those real vintage Star Wars action figures for the $15 tiers. So patreon.com/Nerdrotic. Viking Bitch, thank you. Once we make some money, we'll pay you something. That could be a long time, though. See this high production value, especially we spent all of our money on Dennis's spoiler sign. That blew our budget for 3 years. We had to get a loan. I put my house up for it. We are not done yet. No, we're not. Dude, we're just getting started. We've only just begun. We're going to expanse this fucker back in the fucking Amazon. That's what we're going to do. Watch Expanse live. Remember the can't. Save Expanse. Binge the Expanse. But eat responsibly while you're binging the Expanse. And drink responsibly. Is Dennis gone? I didn't know he was left. Bye, Dennis. I'm surprised he didn't fall. He's probably fell asleep. Fun to get in 2 hours, man. You Expanse fans fucking rock. Okay, you do. I guess I can say I'm part of that. We Expanse fans rock. Dennis is gone. Who's gone but not forgotten? Viking Bitch. I can't remember. We Must Crusade, a Netflix Terry Pratchett's Discworld series. Great fantasy comedy. Anything by Terry Pratchett, Winter Exile, I will crusade for. Good Omens with David Tennant is coming out, and holy shit, I can't wait for that. SpaceX should name a rocket the Rossi. Okay, so Fired Birdman. I promise you, okay. So I'm gonna be very careful promising this. I'm gonna see if I can get a Save the Expanse movement going at work. Okay. I'll try. I am just a little cog in that big old Tesla machine. But I have an email that has everybody's address. So what the hell? I mean, the worst that could happen is I get written up, maybe. But yeah, I'll shout it out. There has to be Expanse fans at SpaceX. So let's I'll do what I can. Like, we have no connection with SpaceX other than Elon. Okay. It's like I don't have people at SpaceX. We don't work together or anything like that. So but I'll try. What the fuck? I think SpaceX will be a great sponsor for the Expanse. Name the next rocket the Rocinante. Absolutely. Okay, so they are cool at Tesla. So at the Tesla main factory in Fremont, all the robots that produce the cars, that they don't produce the entire car there. Well, most of it. They're all named after X-Men. So yes, there is a Juggernaut, and then there's a Wolverine, and there's a Cyclops, and I believe there's a Jubilee. So there you go. I got to go back and watch the video. I didn't catch all the names, but they definitely make you answer that question in the orientation. They're like, "What are all the robots named after?" And they say, Star Trek characters or X-Men, and it's X-Men characters. Save the Expanse, and while you're at it, start a Saga of the Seven Sun show as well. Winter Exile, let's do it. Apple Crow, do you want to learn karate? Save the Expanse. Seriously, Musk is kind of. I can't read that word. I'm sorry. I have a California basic. Dropped out of high school. Elon Musk is an intellectual, and he would be a father. Yeah, he would be very much. Well, he'd be a nice Jules Pierre Meow. I mean, meow, meow. Yeah, he wouldn't like psychotically start any proto molecule, although he would think about it, but he would try to do it for good. He would do it for good. Let's be real. If there was a proto molecule, you'd want to figure it out. Like just leaving alone is not a good option. But turning into children super soldiers, nah, he wouldn't do that. He's a good dude. He's a good dude. I am an Elon Musk fanboy, and that's, I think, what got me the job, because I straight up, that's how I started my interviews. Like, I'd like to start out by saying I'm an Elon Musk fanboy. I did. I'm not big into like admiring other people. I admired like my dad and my wife, my friends. I'm not a big hero worship guy. But if I was going to have a picture of somebody famous, it would be Elon in my room somewhere. And do you think Dennis and Susan could land an Expanse cast membership cast? I would push it in for him. Yeah. Susan is the one with all the connections. But like we could, I mean, it's really simple. SD3 Move Fenobi. I found out, we almost got Kelly from, Ash vs. Evil Dead, but there was a scheduling conflict and it was my fault. My schedule's like super tight. I can't like drop things during the day, and cause she had changed the time. She needed to change the time, and I couldn't do it. So, and then, just it flew into the air. So I'm sure if I stayed after it, she would have come on, but it was kind of me. I was just like, but it's really simple. All you have to do is, like, we have a podcast and we got a couple subscribers. So I just contact the PR representative at the network, which would be Sci-Fi, and see if we can get a Hangouts interview. Sure, I'll try it. Why not? I'll throw out an email after this live stream, and I'll tell you guys what I hear back. It's worth a shot. Tell Elon to like, share, and subscribe. I will. I will miss the days when Gary could see all of us at once. Davis 4. Oh, nah. There's a thing that they on the drop down that they call a live chat. And like the best way to get my attention is to at Nerdrotics or Nerdrotic channel. And there's a big orange highlight there next to me anyway. And it like highlights. So like guys, yeah, if you want to ask me something directly and really want to get my attention, just do that. There's a thing, there's a drop down called like top chat. And it kind of filters things out. But if things start getting like super fast where I can't read my subscribers stuff, then I will enlist help. Cause that's the most important part to me. I like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Preacher, but I should talk about Preacher because it's in the title and we got 10 more minutes. So real quick, I saw the Preacher promo and thanks, Dennis. And I mean, it's not much, but they're doing Angelville, which Dennis and I were like hoping we would get in season 2. We're like, get to Angelville. And loved season 1 of Preacher. It's fucking amazing. Season 2 got bogged down on the farm. Straight up. It got bogged down on the farm, just like in Walking Dead season 2. And they got stuck in New Orleans, and you could tell they changed the budget. So Preacher works best as kind of an on-the-road adventure, but it also has a great cast of characters. So it was half a good season, right? But they just like the New Orleans stuff just got, like me and Dennis were like thinking of dropping it. It got so boring. First 2 episodes are amazing, but if they're going to be stuck somewhere, be stuck in Angelville. Okay. Cause it looks like they're bringing in like the bulk of some of the good characters from the show, from the comic. I mean, and if you're going to like not be an on the road adventure, then make it be a character driven one. And it looks like that's what they're doing. So I'm really hopeful. The promo looked pretty good. And let's see if I can just freeze frame it real quick. What else we got? Michael Keaton returns. There's going to be another Lego movie. Jake Gyllenhaal. We already know about that. I want to show you guys this one image. God dang, these sites and their stupid pop-ups. If we do this, oh, I can't do that. We'll share. Boom. So I don't know if that blows it all up for you. You see the entire, there's all my notifications I get constantly now. Oh my God. This freaking looks awesome. Hair star. God might be in that picture. Humpadoo is in there. Humpadoo. I'm sorry. I see Humpadoo, I lose my shit. Dennis knows that I can't not laugh without the Humpadoo. Mother, can you hear me? Oh my God. When Humpadoo is peeing on his leg, holy shit. Did you guys see that picture? I don't know, man. God damn. I'm sorry. That was so fucking Humpadoo, man. The little frame picture of him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. American Gods. I don't know when. There's 2 shows where I'm waiting for that. They're nowhere in sight, and it's been over a year now. So American Gods. It looks like we're not getting till 2019, and I've heard 0 on Taboo, and I want me some Taboo. Okay. We got a Tom Hard on for Hardy. Tom Hardy. We got a Tom Hardy. We love Tom Hardy here. Okay. Here at the Nerdrotic channel. So yep. I don't know when it's coming out. Okay. Last couple of chats here. I was going to say that I like it on the farm in Walking Dead, says Doug 34. So, hey, obviously it worked enough to where they got a few more seasons. But it is a saying, like a Preacher wasn't terrible. It just like some episodes were slow, but then like, the Adolf, I don't want to say his last name to get demonetized. The Adolf, in that picture, you see Adolf with like a like looks like he's working at a quickie or no, he looks like he's working at a Fridays or something like that as a waiter, which is hilarious. Oh my God. I can't wait. Yeah, American Gods, where it might lose some of its visual aspects with Brian Fuller leaving, we might get an actual chance of it lasting, that he's not there. I just don't know if it is because it stars. What's up, Man of Action? Yeah, don't hold your breath on that one. No, I think we get one more season, to be honest with you. Expanse is exclusively shot in Canada, eh? Yes, it is. Preacher is like nothing you've ever. It's one of the greatest comic books ever written. Brian Fuller is insane. Yeah, Preacher. Like, you want to talk about something that mirrors the comic books almost as good as like the first Sin City movie did. The first season of Preachers is, and I highly recommend the comic books. Oh my God, they're so funny. They're good. Yeah, that was some good stuff. So I'm gonna wrap this one up with I'm just gonna say a few more things. Hashtag binge the Expanse, save the Expanse. I think we talked about it enough to keep in the title. Penn Farm Girl says Taboo may air in January 2019. Not sure if that's US or UK. I think it'll be simultaneous. Nerdrotic channel. If the Expanse is filmed here in Canada, then it's probably being taxed to death by dumbass Trudeau, says Winter Exile. The reason they actually film in Canada is because they get breaks. So I'm sure they actually get taxed more here, which makes zero sense. But is it filmed in Toronto? Because I know Vancouver does some filming too. And Dennis has a Radio Times article that says what? Okay, Taboo Series 2. Well, it's confirmed. Series 2 confirmed. Tom Hardy will return to BBC One as the Devil Delancey. Yes, but have they started filming it? Stephen Knight gave a hint of what was to come by saying that we'd be taking James Delaney to a new world. Following the series one finale where we see a Hardy's character sail off into the sunset. Yeah, we kind of figured that. We watched the end of the show. It's going to be on Saturdays on BBC One, which is like their prime night. Wow. Okay, so Taboo had engaged younger audiences, seeing record numbers coming from iPlayer, which is something that fucking America needs to adopt, by the way. The availability of the box set maximizing audiences even further. Now, not with a box set, but actually using, data like that. Yeah, so it did really well over there in England, and it did pretty well over here. And it was one of the best things we watched. And Tom Hardy is absolute fucking best. Okay, real quick. Remember save the Expanse, watch the Expanse live, binge the Expanse. Mako, yes, yeah, you're right. We are a political free zone. We have no position here on anything political here at the Nerdrotic channel. Zero. No politics, please, unless it's Martians versus the UN kind, right? Agreed, Mako. We don't get into that here. I think it was just making a joke. So, yeah, but actually, they get more taxed here. That's why they film in Canada. They do get breaks. Except that's why it depends. That's why it moves around. Remember, like, it was a big deal to shoot in the Carolinas for a while because they were getting a tax break there, and now Atlanta is offering a tax break, and Australia was doing that too. So, they run around to save some money, and that's fine. That's totally fine. We should be covering Man in the High Castle. I totally agree. Hashtag save the Expanse. Watch the Expanse live. Hashtag go Mars. Yeah. I should have asked that question. Next live stream, I'll ask like who do you root for? Who do you root for? I have to say I'm kind of torn between. I kind of like Mars. I kind of like Mars, but I'm torn because there's parts of the belt that I like too. And Earth, nah. All right, so we'll end it there. If anything legitimately big comes down with the Expanse, I will be back on live, but it has to be like at least confirming there's meetings, or they had meetings, or they're still considering it, or show is picked up. But yeah, it has to be substantial for me to come out and make a video at this point. I can't just come out and say there's no news. So if you don't hear from me in a while, that means there's no news. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't keep the hashtags going, keep it going as strong as ever. And yeah, let's really kick those ratings up even more. And do tune in live on Wednesday. This is the episode you want to see. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of the show and you've not read any of the books, you need to watch this episode, okay? Because you just do. I'm not going to give any spoilers. You'll be very happy. Is the Expanse being fireflied? Kinda. Bye Morks, bye Man of Action, bye Bad Bunny, Small Yoda 3, Mark Persian Scribe, SG3 Movie Finobi, Winter Exile, DJ Bowman, Danny Omako, Dennis, bye baby. Mark, Bad Bunny, Dwayne, MB, Pelicans, Halam 899. How's it going, man? Lord, Dante S, Morks, I might be repeating names, sorry. Viking Bitch, Penn Farm Girl, Belinda was in earlier, Feisty Fan was in earlier, Davis 404, Winter Exile, Master Cam, Mako, DJ Bowman, Bad Bunny, I've said all that. Okay. Patrons, I'm just going to say thank you, patrons, this time. I got to cut it out. I really got to cut. Thank you so much. The new graphic will be up for our next video. As far as Farscape, it's kind of 50-50 right now. My day's getting really, really busy. I'm going to really try to do it. I will stay in contact with you about that in the Facebook group and Twitter. Again, it's good to see you all here in the live stream, and hashtag save the expanse, hashtag binge the expanse. Have a great day, everybody. Good night.